So I want to talk about MMO Burnout. This is something that has happened to pretty much everybody who plays a MMO, and I play Final Fantasy XIV, which is an MMO, but my experience in Burnout happens quite a bit, and the reason for that is because the content that's in Final Fantasy XIV, sometimes it bores me, sometimes I don't want to do the daily grind, and a lot of it is because I'm very lazy and I just can't seem to get myself motivated to do some things, like putting out more videos on my channel. But I want to talk about Burnout and how I myself have gotten myself back into Final Fantasy XIV and any MMO that I've ever played. Really, I've played a slew of them. I've played not just Final Fantasy XIV, I've played PSO2, I've played Ion, I have played Rift, I've played Star Wars Tour, I've played plenty. Let's just say I have a list. I have a list of MMOs that I've played that I've had Burnout with and subsequently came back. I want to first preference this to say that this video is only for people who are interested in getting back into their MMO of choice. This is not for anybody who wants to quit the game. If you've made the decision to quit the game because of Burnout and you don't want to go back, this video is not for you, and I don't think it will help. But if you are experiencing Burnout and you want to get back into the game, this video may help, and I hope it does, because the shit that's going on out there in real life in the world, where countries are burning because of their political stance, or because there's a pandemic flying through the air, and we kind of need a distraction, keep us on the positive road, because the more negativity that's coming out of all this, especially in my country where the racial issue has almost reached its peak, it hasn't reached it yet, but it's getting there. I think I need a distraction to keep myself going. I get up, I work, I come back, I try to stream, I try to get into my games so that I don't have to listen to what's happening out there in the world a lot of the time, but it always comes back to me because I'm on Twitter. So the first thing I try to do is actually play another game. I try to distract myself with other games, diversify myself. I don't play Final Fantasy all the time because I get bored with doing the same shit over and over again, and again, my attention span is the size of a wee little rat. But I play other games. I play Minecraft, I play PSO2 now, I'm trying to get into Ninjala, which just came out. I played a Bug's Life, or a Bug Fable, not a Bug's Life, Bug Fable, and it's really good. It's a Paper Mario clone, but it's really, really good. I'm trying to get back into Splatoon, I got back into Smash. I would love to play Mario Kart with a whole bunch of people, just a whole bunch of games to distract the mind. Because you need to diversify yourself from just playing that very same game all the time. And people will do it. Like, people will play the same game all the time and they just never budge. They never move. They like the daily grind. They like doing the same shit over and over again. And that's on them. That's fine. I have nothing against that. But for me, I need variety in my life. I need to do different things in order to function sometimes, or I might just fall asleep. I do have a condition where if I get too bored, I do fall asleep quite easily while sitting in my chair, and that's pretty bad. That's why I need to do other things. But that's the reason why I'm saying play other video games. Take a break from that one MMO. Play other games. Maybe you can get your interest back. I mean, the Nether update came out in Minecraft. Why not go back to Minecraft? PSO2 has finally made it to the States after 8 years. Why not do that? Bug Fable, I just said something about that. Support Bug Fable so Nintendo can get their shit together and actually make a good Paper Mario game. Even though they're making a new Paper Mario game, I'm still very sketch on that game. I don't know if it'll bring back the old feels of Paper Mario, but I know they're trying to be done in a way with the old Paper Mario and try to do something new with their license there, with their franchise of Paper Mario. But seriously, man, but away from that subject, let's move on. Always have friends. Friends is a good thing to have when playing any video game, but in this case, an MMO, always have friends. You can do pretty much everything when you have friends. You can help level each other out, you can function in a guild, or in my case, a free company, and then there's like doing hard raids and statics and content together. Now in my case, we're doing statics hard content together as, friends for fun. We're not trying to do this incredibly serious, but we are learning the fight. We do want to get it done, but we're not like trying to put ourselves into a schedule or timetable where we're just going to go back and we have to do this every 3 3 days. We have to get this right on the first take, or we fucking suck, or something like that. We're not taking it that seriously. Mind you, I have been in statics like that, and I'm perfectly fine in them. I like going ahead and doing hard content and succeeding, getting the rewards, getting better, having a goal, having concentration on trying to be better, and seeing if we are better than ourselves from last week. Like, I've been in a static before where I think we got to the 3rd stage of a certain route, but we've made it to that point, and honestly, it was a pretty good static. Some people couldn't really function or catch up here and there, and we had our little problems. I mean, we've split already, but it was a static that I was actually enjoying, and I committed myself to it, and it was a serious one. It was a serious static, but I don't mind it. But that's just me. Other people cannot stand that. Other people cannot be in the midst of a hard content, take criticism, right, and be okay with said criticism. Especially in this day and age, where criticism will start an argument, and you're just trying to tell them, hey, you did this wrong, maybe you could do this, and they're like, fuck you, I don't need to listen to you, and it's like, come on. But in my group of friends, we play hard content for fun. We want to finish it, sure, but we're not turning it into some giant, big, serious thing. We want to complete it, but we'll take our time doing it, because the fun aspect of all of this is what's really important. That's why you should have friends when you're burnt out, because they can pull you back into not only this game, but other games too. You never know. I got pulled into PSO2 because of my friends, but I'm also still playing 14 because of my friends. So have good friends, make good friends. That's a key aspect to getting over your burnout. The third thing I would say, play other MMOs. That's weird, I know. That is kind of weird. I get it. Some of you are probably looking at the screen like, Sank, what about the MMO of your choice? Yes, you'll get back to that MMO, but sometimes playing another one will give you a perspective of how your MMO feels. And I know, it's a risk. This is the reason why I'm saying this one last. Because if you get into another MMO, you may quit your preferred MMO, but at the same time, you found a game that you want to come back to. You see, games will always be there, but MMOs are special. They have servers. You never know when they just shut down the server for whatever reason. And I've been getting a lot of interest back into Final Fantasy XI. Unfortunately, because I don't have access to my old account, I don't have my max level 99 character no more. I have lost it somehow because it's connected to a now debunked email, and the only person who had access to that email other than myself was my dad, and my dad doesn't remember, but I'd have to start from level 1 in Final Fantasy XI, which is the MMO that I've been looking into. And I used to play Final Fantasy XI. I come from Final Fantasy XI, but I have to start over if I try to get back into it. And at that point, I'm like, nah, I don't think so, buddy. I don't want to. I mean, it might be fun, but I don't know if I can get really back into Final Fantasy XI, especially if 14 still exists. The point is, if you get into another MMO, it does give you another perspective of how your MMO is. It gives you how your MMO is compared to the MMO that you're currently playing, like, or what you're playing right now. So if you're playing PSO2 and you're comparing that to Final Fantasy 14, you can say that, oh, PSO2 is more action-oriented. It's a sci-fi. You fight wave after wave after wave of monsters that just get mowed down one after another. And teamwork is more of like a unit kind of thing. So you are by yourself and people will come in and help you out, but they have their own goals, their own wants. They separate from themselves and they go on the other side of the field because they have something else that they want to do. And that's PSO2. And if you play with friends, it's more scattered. It's more scattered. While in 14, you really have to work together with the people that is in your party to succeed in beating dungeon, the raid, the trial. It's more team-oriented, while PSO2 is more action-oriented and it's more of a loner type. So getting a perspective from another MMO and playing another MMO may get you back into your old MMO because you might actually miss it. You know what I'm saying? It's not that I'm trying to steer you into another MMO. It's not like I'm trying to force you to play World of Warcraft and I said, hey, if you want to get back into 14, you might want to play that other MMO, and I just hand you World of Warcraft and then you get sucked into World of Warcraft. If you do, then okay, that's cool. You got into World of Warcraft, but that doesn't mean that I wasn't trying to help you get back into your old MMO. Having another perspective of another MMO may help you get back into your old one that you preferred, which is the point of why this is the last one on the list of how I got myself back into Final Fantasy XIV. Because I played a lot of PSO2. I haven't tried Black Desert yet, and I want to. It's interesting. My thoughts was on Final Fantasy XI, but I realized I had to start over. Actually dipped into Guild Wars 2, but it's not really anything anymore. And I even went back to the Old Republic and progressed a little bit in the Old Republic, but again, it showed me exactly what I liked about Final Fantasy XIV, and I went back to Final Fantasy XIV. So there you go. That's hopefully 10 minutes of me rambling on of how I got myself out of Burnout. Hopefully this helped you get out of Burnout, or helps you give you any ideas, and hopefully this helped you get an idea of how to get back into your preferred MMO. And it doesn't matter whether you're playing Final Fantasy XIV, whether you're playing World of Warcraft, whether you're playing Black Desert, PSO2, Star Wars Tour, Guild Wars 2, doesn't matter. It does not matter. Hopefully these 3 advices, the way that I've been getting myself out of Burnout, will help you. And just to let you know, the reason why I got burnt out in 14 a few of those times was 1, Eureka. I fucking hate Eureka. 2, the content in Stormblood post-game, like post-story, was really boring. Like, really boring. 3, Shadowbringer is pretty much, you know, it's okay. The post-game is alright. I liked it. But doing the same thing over and over and over and over and over and over got me to fall out of the game for a little bit. I came back, but it got me falling out of the game for at least like a month or 2, and I came back. But Stormblood, I fell out of that game months on hand, man. Stormblood was... whew! Anyway, leave your comments down below. Let me know if I've missed some things, or maybe have advice for people who have burnt out on their preferred MMOs. I would love to hear it. And if you liked the video, leave a like. If you dislike it, hate the video, leave a dislike. It's whatever, dude. It's fine. Thank you for watching. I hope you guys have a good day. Stay safe, be clean, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.